Yo, bless up on yourself, people. Bless up on yourself. Walk on, walk on. Bless up on yourself, people. Bless up on yourself. Yeah, just under the weather a little bit, people. So we haven't even been doing any streams, but you know my thing already. Like to also just take some breaks and then just come back with a different energy. So yeah, the U18 team in Turkey, they didn't get a good results today. That wasn't good for that U team. I think who's head of that U team over there? And people, anybody in here who knows, hit the like button as soon as you come in. Anybody who in here knows which parish FA in Jamaica that's failing the most right now. As you know, the local elections, the parish elections will be coming up for the JFF. Other people that say they want to impact change. Let's find out who are these people. Who are these people who are at head of the parishes, and what is the football like in their parishes? This is something I would love to talk to somebody like Unseen about, our military Guna as well, about who. So yeah, I think I don't know if they scored another one, but it was Turkey 10, Jamaica 1. So no, guys, here we talk about the quota system, and this is no quota team or anything. It's just a bunch of U18 boys that they took from Jamaica and head all the way over there to Turkey. However, I'm glad they get to see where the level of football is around the world right now. Where's the level of football around the world right now? I'm glad they got a taste of that in Turkey. So they know no. And we don't want Jamaica to lose. Jamaica had what, 2-1. They suffered a 2-1 defeat to Saudi Arabia on the first match. Um, However, on this one, they just didn't work out. 10. That shows you we are 10 goals off a team like Turkey in our youth team. That's our U18. That's not a good look on our youth talents, because these are considered to be some of the best under 18-year-olds coming out of Jamaica. Got thrashed 10. That is massive. Yo, that is massive. And this is where I'm glad for the U20s that's coming up. The JFF will see that you cannot go in there with these kids. Football is gone past that. The levels are just above kids running up and down in Jamaica. Like a 10 you go pick up like from Turkey. you know, you pick up a 10 from a team like Turkey. And I don't know about Turkey's U teams being like world beaters. You know, when I'm talking about U17s, I'm talking about teams like Mali, Nigeria, Senegal, the Germanys, the Italies, the England. So this is where our level is right now, basically. So we need to understand that the world's football is way ahead of us. I'm not gonna bash them. I'm not gonna 10. Yeah, yeah, 10. Yeah. I'm not gonna bash them. I'm not gonna bash them. But let me know what I think, people. Bro, was happened yesterday. That's today. That's today. They played another game against Turkey. The game day before yesterday was against Saudi Arabia. And I think that's the yeah. Oh man, that's people. Now let me know what to think. Let me know what to think if I'm basically is this something that, because this is Lenny Hyde, who I think is a really good coach. He's somebody that I really like the way he assemble these kids quickly and get them ready for tournaments. But is this a sign of weakness of where he lacks that next step, that cutting edge to take these boys to the next level? However, he has got a short period of time. Was talking about the Noah was talking about the show yesterday, bro. Bro, what happened? Oh, what happened yesterday? Yeah, man. Bro, I haven't been at work. I haven't been at work since Thursday. So I've been sick out, bro, and me just get a cool and all them things. So, but just say, yeah, I wanted to do the stream, but my energy level wasn't just up to do it. Whoa, thought they said our U team is comparable to the other U teams around the world. That's what we were thinking. 18-year-old from Jamaica football getting thrashed in Turkey. Whoa. Oh my God. It's I don't know. I don't know if we should be funny. The hell, Shaban said, what the hell y'all tell me, bro? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, that's what we dropped it in the group. Somebody big up to Brian Martin. That's Brian Martin. Man, I still dropped the information with you earlier there. This is a national disgrace, says Mr. United. It is. I don't know if it's a national disgrace. Yeah, bro. 10. I don't know, bro. Uh, 10. I'm not feeling good about picking up 10 in any football in any football game. I don't want picking up 10. That sound like what some score with unseen team they want get. Like some 10 and 15. People hit the like button as soon as you come in as well. Remember to do that. And then brother, yeah, I would love to get unseen. Yeah, because unseen is somebody who's always defending these players. They pick up 10. I want to hear what unseen has to say about this. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Yo,
Stop,
unseen.
man. Where are you?
Yeah,
Yo,
you're live. You're live. Just want you to know that the reggae boys, the young reggae boys, picked up 10 today.
I know, I know.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that? Because you thought that these kids were cutting edge and they probably could make it.
Me?
I'm going- where are the unseen? Be out now.
No, first, if you could go back and if people could go and check my channel.
Mhm.
I said to you that this competition is not about winning. It's about learning different cultures and
But does this
just
show
for
us?
some of the
Does it show how far the level is back though? Our level.
yeah the level is back. I'm not saying the level is not back. The report is that exact words is that they got beat and teach, boys against professional, and that was it. Our players, what exposure they get overseas before they play the competition?
Yeah, they
Maybe
haven't.
one and two
Yeah, yeah,
players.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But but
maybe
but
one
but,
and
but
two
may
players.
I look funny? I
Well, expect.
understand that. I understand that factor. Actually, but may I think about 10
Yeah,
at
it's a
that
part of the game,
at the
If
10
you
at the
don't,
10 bother me a
if
lot,
you don't,
bro.
if you don't apply yourself and I would say apply yourself and get exposure
Mm.
to remember, most of those players, the first time they go into a year where we get acclimatized to even the timing. You're here in Belgium, yeah. Remember the match to switch time zones is not easy. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, but who are we talking about
And
here?
and 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 then and then and then and then you have to ask yourself that the preparation before the competition. That's why I like the competition itself. It's not about winning, because on the final day, everybody are gonna play the same way. Like, who come fourth of them group are gonna play fourth from the next group. Who come third play the third. That's just the competition. It's not about winning. It's about development, and development. You will get 6 and 8 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 if you're not good enough.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. But unseen, the scoreline is still bothering. Though, just to think about some of these youths would be getting some level of development. Um, to see a scoreline like this, you kind
It's a
of
part.
have to think.
It's a
I
part of the.
understand the growth factor of how you're looking at it, but I'm also thinking about the scoreline just from the game of football,
Well,
and you're playing and you're picking
well,
up 10. You pick up 10.
well. You have to look at this way. The coach maybe come with a style that maybe the players cannot play, because not all the players, maybe used to the passing that linear will come in. So it will take a time for them to learn that. Maybe that was the game plan, and they let up a lot of chances defensively. We don't know. I didn't see the game, but just looking at it that way, that could be a factor. Um, maybe use a
But
different squad than
Anstine,
the.
you're a man as well still who you're used to teams that you're used to teams that get dumped up large score lines on your teams.
One time, yeah, one time, yeah, one time.
What was the largest score line on the team that you pick up?
7, that's it.
You pick up 7 already.
7.
Okay, okay. So a 10 line a 10 nil score line or a 10-1 score line is not very far off for you then.
Well, it depends still. It's possible. Hey, it's not far off, because when you look at the goalkeeper,
Yeah.
in my game, look at the goalkeeper giving away easy goals. Professionalism is not there. stuff like that. So those things can be a factor.
Mm.
People attacking and then the goalkeeper just give up goals and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it complicated. It complicated. But in that game for me, I was outclassed, and that's the truth.
yeah, yeah,
And my
yeah.
team wasn't up to the standard to play a team like that at the time.
So you think no, this is a thing that's happening now where traditional coaching meets experience and coaches who were just developed through their time of playing for Jamaica and they were able to start coaching and
Hmm?
now they run
That's it,
into
man.
coaches who
That's it.
are like trade. So is this a thing, people, that's happened with Lenny Hyde here? No, he has run into coaches who are maybe trained differently than he was. He has a lot more experience, probably working with
I
the
think
youths, but it's a
I
different
think I
culture.
think I think it's difficult to judge him
Yeah, yeah,
now at
yeah,
the
yeah,
moment. Well, and the reason is, this is basically a pickup team. Most of these players are playing in the Premier League. Yes, we can say that. But putting players together to play a competition, the objective have to be different than winning. The objective is to maybe be different. Maybe be getting somebody to get exposure or get
yeah.
scouts to look at them.
Yeah, man,
They couldn't
Javon,
be winning
Javon, attend them
because
get for real. Yeah,
it's impossible. It's impossible for a pickup team to go and beat a Turkey, and
no,
those team top
and I
teams.
don't think a lot of fans were expecting a win unseen. I think a lot of fans are
Yeah.
expecting not to just get dumped up 10, get 10
No,
nil.
but it's professionalism, When
Mm.
you reach 6 and 7 and you still a concede goal, it means that the players the mental drop. Think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. They're just not ready. They weren't prepared, and this is how football goes. This is how football
And this is
goes.
and this is and this is preparation. I think this is
Yeah,
a good preparation for them.
yeah, yeah,
And it's at the end of the road, These players can get better, and if JFF continue to do these things, get them over there every year, get these youngsters to get exposure in these friendship cup these cups and stuff like that, because the
yeah,
club's
yeah.
not doing it.
And
You can imagine.
it's good that they actually playing some football. A year ago, we didn't have a U18 team playing any football, so that's
Yeah,
also a thing that this is another team that's been activated. And maybe because out of all these teams, you probably only want to find two or three good players, anyways.
you can you can imagine the clubs were doing the development properly, and these players were going overseas every year from they were 13 or 12 years old,
Mm,
playing these playing this competition, these 12 playing against Real Madrid from early, the young team playing against the
mm.
top teams from early in this competition, and when Lenia get them now, or they would play, think about that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But it's what it is, and we're starting, so we have to just give JFF the props. You know, getting these youngsters opportunity to go overseas to play against top quality.
Yeah, and but again, this is a team where we know it was they can use the lack of preparation card, and in this case, it's acceptable. Because I think it's a thing that was thought up. They said no, okay, we want to put out more U teams. Let's get these U teams together. So if it was a more frequent thing where all these players were there
Right,
in camp, I would say,
right,
yeah, yeah,
right. And I always remember, the unseen sports will not say all local players will in terms of youth or whatever
mhm,
can do the work for us. You need a balance. So if in other words, if we had some professional players from the English system or whatever, we would do the would get 6-10. You understand?
mhm, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about professionalism. Yeah. What you're losing, what should you do? You get it on a tree. Yeah. What should you do? But it's development, and maybe Lenny, want to emphasize on his philosophy, want to play style, even though it's under 3 or 4, want to play the same way, want to develop them. So the objective may be different from the coaches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't exaggerate though the scoreline is just in Jamaica, in a domino and a nothing where you play, you know want to pick up 6 or 10. Not like that. You know what I mean? And so this is a point to where people can realize that physicality and see now what that money have something I make this squeaking noise in the background.
Oh, sorry. I'm in class. I was just whistling the guys to come over.
All right. So maybe you can link me back or something then. All right.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, man. All right. So, dear people, but not really panic. Not really panic. With the score line, I know it's on paper it looks bad, but it is what it is. Individuals versus system players. Exactly. I think that's what they ran into there. The locally youths just don't ready yet. We have to have a little mixture of three from the US, three from Canada, and three from England. Yeah, that's a good say, Marvin Ferren. That's a really good talk right there. Players have to play players have to play hold on, players have to play together longer, together they have to play together longer, much longer. They have to play together. Players have to play together much longer. Yep, players have to play together much more longer here, says Cygnus Media. Remember, then you used to CC's team he built to beat Glenmore and Mona 6-4, arguably the second and third best teams. Yeah, that's true. He's good at that, but it's because, like, as I think, Clarendon College has something really good going on where I think that's a program that prepares for the next year. They don't just I know they always try to win and they're always winning, but they always build for the next year. I think based on how I see their football, for that level of continuity to be that consistent in Clarendon, I think that's what they're doing there, and it's a really good it's a really good move. Continue to lean on our misunderstanding. The diaspora is there to help, yet we refuse to accept support. Yeah, but at this level, I don't think that any players needed to be called up. Um, no, Maya, leave that, Maya. Please, please. Okay. All right. Just leave that one. Okay. All right. Tack. Okay. All right. You can have that one. Yeah. All right, you can have that one. Yeah, most of the U20 squad should be overseas, good quality players. No, so you know, like as I said, with this team, I'm not gonna panic. Oh, I didn't see what Issa Allen was saying. Thanks for the super chat, Issa Allen. Unseen, what do you mean? And it's development. Let me ring let me ring Issa. I think it's because no, but I think Unseen was being quite fair. I think Unseen was being quite fair in I think Unseen was being quite fair in his analysis of what took place. As he said, it's a building process. It's a building process, as he says.
Bless up, my boss.
Yeah, man. You're live, you know. You're live. Big up yourself, FS Technique. The scoreline affect you at all? For me, not really stressed out about the scoreline. Though Jamaica pick up 10, I still wouldn't want it to be 10. However, but 10 it is. Um, where do they go now? I think they have one more game in the tournament. I think they were in a group with Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and who was the next team?
And Mali,
And
Mali.
Mali, oh, all right, Mali is another good team. I think we might pick up 10 from Mali as well then. So let's see. What do you have to say about that? Big up yourself, Richie Royalty, in the business.
The thing is, what is this squad going to be used to filter in to the under 20 squad? Is that
Bro,
what this
I
squad is?
think a conspiracy time. I think it was a test. I think it was a squad that it was to see if they can find at least a few more good players for the U20s. And you can't blame them.
Okay,
If they found a few more good players, then we found them. But
okay.
you don't that make a lot of sense that you send away a U18 team, you have a U20 team that's gonna be picked in a month or so. What are you gonna do? You like you see all your U18 good players, see if you can get one or two out of this group. If nothing comes back, then they even force more to get players from the diaspora.
Yeah, because I mean, the same old story that they will say is that they never have enough time. The coach only got the team 3 weeks now, etc., etc. So I really want to know the purpose of the team, as you say, conspiracy time. Maybe it's just to see the level where they are at, to see if any one of these youngsters can filter into the under 20. But I think this tournament could have also been used to prepare some of the guys who they think are, are able to make the under 20 already.
No,
You see
but
me I say?
that's the thing though. We don't know if they have some of the guys who were maybe we can get leader on here as well. Is it some of the guys that, but these are, who are these? Are these just guys? But some of these guys are how old though? Some of them are
Yeah,
able to,
they're U18s, yeah. So these all these players are eligible for the U20
yeah, all these players.
because they're U18s. They're eligible for the U20. So I just want to know.
Oh, go on.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
leader, you're live. You know, I just quick thing about the you. I don't know if you're available just for the U18 teams. These guys, what team do
No,
they?
hold on. No, where am I? Where am I now? You say now.
YouTube on the
No, man.
U18s.
We can't talk
All
about
right,
nothing. We can't talk about nothing with that.
all right.
And it can't get opinion
No,
from
no,
you
I'm
to
not
read
not
that.
not the, not the players. I want to just know where they play. If some of them are playing for like clubs, are these just
Oh,
random schoolboy players? That's what I was asking.
like which player? Like which player?
I don't with a lot of these players. Remember, if you're in the diaspora, you don't know a lot of we don't know a lot of the youth
That's what I'm
players.
saying. You'd have to call the names. You'd have to call the names.
Yeah, but you can tell me a few players on the team that are from a few clubs, or I know there were a few Phoenix
You'd have to
players.
tell me. If you ask me the name of a player, I should be able to tell you.
Yeah, but I know there are what, three players from Phoenix and there's some players from Cavaliers. I don't remember all their names exactly. So what Issa was saying is this, wasn't this tournament should have been for kids who could make the under 20, but I was also thinking that some of these kids, if they were good enough or played good enough, they should be able to compete for the under 20, right? If
Mm,
that the
as far as I know, this camp was for players that did not make the under 20 and were it's a developmental
Okay,
program, right?
okay.
At looking at some of them that I think the majority of them were players that did not, and I put a not make the under
Thank you,
20.
thank you. We needed that.
Okay, so for development purposes,
Mm,
they had this tournament, and that's why I think a lot of them are here. So these were fringe players
mm,
that either last year's under 17, some of them were even cut from last year's under 17 team,
mhm,
right? Or cut from this year's under 20, or even cut from both. So
mhm.
these are fringe players that they are trying to give that exposure to. Okay, if you
Okay,
notice, I think you don't see certain big names there. That's all I can say.
okay,
But it's
okay.
fringe players to give them exposure, and that's what it's about, development. So people can't ask for development and then say, boy, they want other things also. So it's exposure they're giving these youngsters.
But we see though no leader as well how far off our fringe players are, the level they have to get up to for development to get up on that level.
Well, I can't say they weren't in the final thing in the under 17 or under 20.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So that's another thing, people. If you see certain players get cut sometime from teams, you just have to accept it. There are levels. I trust that the people who are scouting in Jamaica are looking at these players, and it's a team of these players that went to Turkey. The scoreline, the last time I checked, I think it was about 10-1 or something. But it goes to show how organized football is around the world, because I don't know if Turkey being really good in youth football. I know that Mali is really good, another opponent that Jamaica is going to take on, and that they should really stretch Jamaica and test these youngsters. But as I said, good experience, also good experience. Who are the coaches there? Is it Mr. Lenny Hyde and Rudolph Austin?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
I think the TD is there too, I think.
who?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we're Brian Martin. Well, let me see what Brian Martin is saying here. Leader, the less okay, all right, okay. Leader can't say anything now. Why we always want to go to to competitions to embarrass ourselves in the name of development, says J. Ross. But it's not really a competition. Was it like just under the friendly
It's a
invitational?
friendly tournament that everybody, because even after you finish, everybody still gets a game. The bottom team plays the next bottom, the second place plays the second, and the first plays the first. It's not.
Plus,
It's just basically.
Mali is not going to be the final game. We have other game after the group.
Yes, you have another
Oh,
game at least. Yeah, I think you have four, right? So yeah, you have another game, of course.
that's good. That's good.
Okay.
It's
So
good.
that's what it is. That's the idea. It's somewhere where everybody, so you still get a game, no matter. It's for development purposes. Everybody knows that.
And
Anyway,
do you guys
JT,
have?
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
you have
we
to
link
leave.
up leader. Me don't say the on the
yeah,
work. All
man.
right, look at
Okay,
me. All
All
right,
right.
right, yeah,
bless.
man. Okay.
I was going to ask JT if they have like plan. I should think so. Like for the same team because it don't make sense. You just have this one trip for them and they play and then
But I'm still
okay, that's it
wondering if it's a good idea to use a trip for a bunch of guys that all got cut from a
for
team
development.
for development. I don't know. I understand what they were trying to do, but I don't know if that makes logical sense to take a bunch of guys to gain experience, but they all got cut at some point. Why don't you take kids who you know, even if they're much younger, they're better prospects to gain that experience at a younger age? And so when they come back, they're able to be just add on that to their game. I think that is actually a useless tournament, to be honest, right?
Because
It's like
this
a
cohort,
useless thing, to be
right? This
honest.
this cohort of youngsters,
Mm.
where are they going to transition to?
Yeah.
Because what obviously it's the next phase for them is going to be U20. Are they going to have like when is the next U20 tournament? Are they going to be able to matriculate to that program with the age that they have? Because they're under 18, so I'm assuming that would be the next step that they would take would be
Yeah.
the under
And
20. They have
And
under.
Stefan is
Go ahead.
saying here, really, for the past 4 years, we have been hearing about lack of preparation. We will, when is it? We will, when will we ever be prepared for any U tournament? As I said, Stefan, in this case here, I can accept lack of preparation. As I said, I think this was an idea that was just put out there quickly, and they're like, let's get the U18 boys together. There's a tournament there in Turkey, and they get it done and try to get the things moving. I think that's how I see it. Um, so I don't think preparation. I think this tournament here, it is what it is. I think it's a waste though. I would have rather use our under 17 team. We should have used this our under 17 team for this tournament. And if our under 17 team is getting 7 and 10, I'm okay with that. But when qualifiers come around, our under 17 team would have already gotten some high level exposure.
Correct. And all right, look at this though. I'm assuming this is just me assuming that the teams that are playing in this tournament are teams that majority of them are trying to vie for the U20 World Cup spot. I know they will have qualifiers coming up. So I'm assuming that people in this team are preparing for the U20 World Cup. But these gentlemen that we have here now, they're just as Mr. Maxwell said, that these are players that they're trying to develop. A lot of them got cut from the previous U17 and did not make the cut for the current under 20. So these guys are basically just playing football and not preparing for anything specific. You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we have the final round of qualification coming up, I think some of the guys who are probably closer to the U20 squad could have, make this trip to get them ready. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
Because how many practice games are we gonna have for the U20 before we start qualification? Probably one. And I don't know the opposition if it's gonna be strong enough or
All right,
whatever.
so let me just read out the squad for the U18 listing. Jordan McDowell, Portmore United. Javon Williams, Reno. Tywayne Lynch, Mount Pleasant. O'Neill Headley, Chapperton Maroons. Dustin Cohen, Veer United. And guys, all these kids are in Premier League. No, this is actually not good, leader. All these kids are in Premier League teams. Lloyd Smith, Cavaliers, Daniel Clark, Clarendon College, um, Nashawn Boat, Arnett Gardens, Justin McPherson, Cavaliers, Nishardo Gibbs, Real Mona, Dylan John, Phoenix Academy, Orion Watson, Chapelton Maroons, Matthew Ellis, Cavaliers, Jason White, Humble Lion, Ron Webb, Manchester, DeAndre Gallimore, Chapelton Maroons, Alex James, Real Mona, Dante
Ecoford,
Petersfield, O'Dane Cavaliers, Keani
Wilberforce.
Jackson Cavaliers. This is actually not good people. This is that's actually a lot of bro. This is kids who are in the Premier League. These are kids who are
Are
in
they
Premier
getting minutes
League team.
though?
Even if they're not getting minutes, I hope they're getting some level of Premier League training. That's not good. I think it's a showcase tournament. I think it's a showcase tournament, guys. I don't think it's a showcase tournament. When I look at all these players, it's a showcase tournament. It's a way for overseas scouts to see talent from Jamaica. Is That's what I see here, and I have no problem with that. It's a U18. A U18 team wasn't there before, and all these guys are players. They're there. Hello, this is not for development. A friend thing. Oh God, let's not go there, man. Cohen get the most minutes in JPL on that list. White got some minutes at the end of the season, and Jackson from Cavaliers and Ellis as well. Yeah. But for me, even if they're not getting minutes and you're training with a Premier League club and you go to a U18 tournament in Turkey and Lenny Hyde have you for a few weeks, I still expect I still expect a level of performance, and I'm not expecting them to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting them to win. People, hit the like button on the video. People, hit the like button on the video, please. I'm not expecting them to win, but I'm expecting them not to get 10 at least.
It don't look good. But with the list of players I just named, we would expect, just like the first game, we saw 2-1, and we said, all right, we have nothing to say. 2-1 looks good. But this score line, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to come down too hard, but it's not something that I would like to see. And I know they will say development, and they can make a case for that, but it's just still something that we won't like to see. And when I say development, and you made a very good point, if it was say U17 and you say development, we could understand the scoreline, but these are their peers that they're playing against, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Jay
yeah,
Taylor,
yeah, yeah.
they're playing against their peers, right? And they're 90% of the squad are listed as players playing in the Premier Division of our
But
country,
Ala
which is the
Madrid said,
JPL.
Ala Madrid said, and these kids are coming up against kids from Galatasaray and all those clubs. Yeah, that's one thing, but I'm just thinking, bro. I'm thinking about the age group at 18. Even if you have 18-year-olds at other clubs, I think talent, physicality, and team play should be able to at least get you some result. Mr. Butler is able to get results with Phoenix when he goes overseas against this club, and he probably wouldn't be picking up 10 down there. But it is what it is. I hope that Mr. Lenny Hyde learns from this and he understands, because it's good exposure for Lenny Hyde now, Issa, because Lenny Hyde now understands like this is how teams are coming at you. This is not this old type of football where it's just slow build up play, the ball moving from your wing backs are very slow to get the ball across the field. No, you pick up 10 like you did today. That's how it works. So you have to play the football at a pace that the world is playing at. And I think probably if you go and look at probably any of the stats in that game, pace probably had a lot to do with the pace of how the other team moved the football. I think Jamaica probably just got winded, couldn't keep up, because the movement of the football, you're not getting the ball, you're chasing. They keep beating all your press, all the traps they're getting out of it. That frustrates a team. And
And to remember, Jamaica played a game already, so more than likely Turkey probably had a look at them and made a plan, and they came and executed it. You know what I mean?
and maybe
So these
Lenny
are
Hyde
all,
start a different team as well.
yeah. I remember when you go at a higher level of football, JT, all these things comes into play. You play a game already, the teams watch you and try to come up with a plan to nullify you, and they come and they execute it. I don't know if our teams do that. You know, see the other teams play, try to come up with a plan, or they just go out there and say, all right, this is how we play and play football. But when you go to a higher level of football, it's very tactical too. You know what I mean? And those things would help the boys to play better. You know what I mean? You have them prepared in terms of being tactically ready.
Yeah, Trevor said it, I said it yesterday. They weren't they weren't making it out of that group. No, Trevor, it's the tournament is not that serious. It's not. I think it's looking at the squad right now and all the clubs connected. I think this is a showcase. I think this is a showcase for all the parties involved. It's a showcase probably for Mali, and it's a showcase for Turkey and all the other and Saudi Arabia. It's a showcase of their young talent. I don't think this is a national development. But however, if it worked out where we had some players who really played well, because I wanted to see a player like Nishado Gibbs from Kingston Academy. I wanted to see how he played. I don't know if hopefully there's some report back from the tournament as to which players performed well, which players held up in the Turkish. But I don't know that the Turkish under 17 is one of the best youth teams in Europe. Okay, Marlon, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Turkey's but I don't see Turkey popping up in the under 17 World Cup as much. I don't know how far they went, but I didn't I haven't seen when you see I don't like pick up on a country like really doing well, it's because it just doesn't pop up to me. Like I wouldn't just go know if Turkey is their U team is doing well. I know Germany's U team has been doing well. England U team has been doing well. Italy's U teams has been doing well because I've watched those games, the Dutch U teams, Croatia's U teams. I know those U teams are doing well. That's the side that I'm on. Real. Let me just hear the one. If player's not that good, he can't do nothing with this all joke. Yeah, but as leader said, it's some developmental players they bring from Jamaica. No excuse. You guys are trying to avoid that there is a level. No, Martin Baker, we accept the level is different worldwide. The level of football is different worldwide. I accept that. I accept that the level of is different worldwide. I can't do anything about it. Go ahead, Issa. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not here. Issa there. JT, they did well against Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Um, just didn't expect to pick up 10. This is the first time I'm hearing of Lenny Hyde having a team that pick up 10 actually. So it's a showcase that we're using for development. Yeah, I think the wording gets a bit confused with showcase. It's things like that. Issa, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah, man. So I think Martin Baker was saying we're skipping over the fact that the levels are different. And I was saying that we agree that the levels are different worldwide.
That's exactly what I was just saying. Like 3-4 minutes ago. It's a different level when you reach here. We're not skipping over that fact. It's a different level. We mentioned it. It's a different level, and also it's a different level of coaching. You have to bear that in mind too, Jay
Mm,
Taylor.
mm, mm.
Not only the players, but the coaching
Yeah.
aspect of it. It's a different level of coaching. You're going up against coaches with UEFA A license, who
Mm.
probably have backroom staff traveling with the U18 team,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which consists of analysts
But
and stuff like that. So
why you that say no? You that say no? The because would you even bring in any? we wouldn't need to bring in no overseas player for this. So I hope people now look
No.
on you and say, because you know, some people, when I realize people, like people on Instagram when don't really watch Jamaican football and something get posted up. Like, let's say Quest Time or one of them media they drop. Jamaica, U18 pick up 10. You got to see some people go under it and I say, yeah, man, Jesus Christ, we now make no improvement. Them for bringing the youth to their Crystal Palace. You got to see our next man right. So, what to this youth at Liverpool? And they don't understand the context of that. Bro, the game was being played. It's just a showcase. It's not like Jamaica really trained hard and send a team to Turkey and we pick up 10. That's when we realize like a lot of the public is uneducated about actually what is happening with the team and the different programs. Know that there's a lot of different programs rolling out. The U17 is rolling out. The U17 World Cup is gonna be every single year. A lot of youth football. We're gonna always. So that's why I thought that we should have started to focus on the U17s. But again, I do understand. I think these are a group of guys where I think the JFF as well was thinking like, let's see if we're leaving anybody behind because all these kids showed some level of talent at one point. Let's see if we're leaving them behind. You see me I say?
And I think it will take time to JT because even earlier mentioned about Phoenix. Phoenix never started out beating teams. They started out by taking nil from teams. You understand? So it's gonna take time. It's not overnight. Just if Phoenix come and can go over there and a drop 5-1 and 6-2 and all them things. There was a point when they might get 10 this and 22 this and all of them stuff. You understand? So it probably takes time. Probably this is the first time a lot of these players are going somewhere over Europe. You understand?
Yeah.
Or some of them.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take time. And I would love to hear from the coach. You're getting a next call?
No, all right, stay up on the line. It's Penny. Stay up on the line, man.
Okay.
Let me just add him if him know.
I remember said meanwhile, look.
Yeah,
it's
man.
gonna take time. Probably the first time some of them, traveling outside of Jamaica. And I would really love to hear from the coach. You know what I mean? To talk about how the guys adapted to the speed of play that they went there and saw and
the pace
and all of that. Because the pace of the game, things like that, it would really be really good to hear from Lenny Hyde. I don't know if you have any contact for him, but it would be really good to hear and so we can break down the team, and the performance.
Yeah, man. Penny, we're live, we were just talking about the youth team picking up 10 in Turkey. So we were saying...
Wait. You're live where?
YouTube. Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube.
Yeah. So Issa Allen is there as well. So I don't know if you have a quick take on that. We're saying it's nothing really to worry about with the U18. Is Lenny Hyde took the team over there. Based on what leader is saying is that these set of guys are guys that they didn't want to leave behind, so they wanted to make sure that everybody is getting a chance. But I think it was a showcase tournament that because when I look, all these players are attached to a major club in Jamaica.
All right, you see that now. You see, and you see the coach. The other day we in the group we had discussed Lenny Hyde, and I'm telling you that for me, Lenny Hyde is not a coach for the youngsters.
Really?
And no. Me not think him can coach young players. You know why? Because he hasn't proved that to me. He hasn't.
I said Lenny Hyde the boss. I said Lenny Hyde the boss is not
Lenny Teacher Hyde.
Lenny
Teacher Hyde are one of the greatest Jamaica has ever seen. That simple means he's not a good coach. Whoa. That me I tell you, it not necessarily mean have a good coach.
What are you saying? He was just a good player.
He was one of the greatest players Jamaica has ever seen. He was one of the best coach Jamaica has ever seen because me not see him do nothing with no youth. You know, said that youth Lenny had coaching from a 15 and now I'm a world player. Which player you can show me Lenny never do? And I'm coaching nearly 50 years.
Wow.
Which player? Which
player on cancel Lenny Hyde coach and him send him a road and him turn a big player. Penny Cook in the place people. Yeah, Penny attack him talk, people.
And you're
So
a former
Penny-
player, right, Penny? You're a former player, right?
Yeah, Penny attack him
Lenny
talk,
play a
man.
whole heap of time, brother.
No, man, say if you're a former player as well.
Yeah. Listen, me I tell you this. Listen good. Bucky Barnes. You have a brother named Charlie Miller who just play for Tivoli Guard. Them man, they are big ballers. Bucky, Charlie Miller. You can know, so when Bucky Barnes step out, when he was playing in his heydays for Camperdown, for Harborview, for any clubs, we can pinpoint and say, Charlie Miller developed that player, you know. Which player can say Lenny had developed?
See, I said
say,
Lenny
yes,
Hyde.
this are
Yeah, said Lenny Hyde. Whoa, you
Brother,
know, like
them
still, you
man
know, bro.
told
It's
me-
a wicked point, you know. But if you really look back on it, may I say, when which player me can say Lenny Hyde really develop? We can
Which
say
player?
him create some good teams.
Not even good teams. Not even, to me, watch it. All right, you have some player. It might be you them. It might be you them. Go back to some local coaches now, some coaches in the ghetto. Like they in our group of man, I say, yo, that man from down out the east, there's a good going develop players. See him as a good young player. You can't have a man who can remember me make a point the other day, Tony, you know, in the group, you know, me say when Keith Kelly came to Jamaica when he was at Paris Saint-Germain, and Jamaica invited him to play a game in the National Stadium. And at half time, he went into the changing room when Carl Brown was at the coach. And he's ready now, waiting for Carl Brown to dissect the game and give his pointers to players and next strategy for the second half. Bullshit! He didn't do nothing like that, and he was like, "What the hell is going on here?" He might expect what he was expecting. It was like nothing because he might expect now that the coach is going to talk about the half, tell the players what to do, dissect the half, tell the players what they're not. The man said not like that. Was a shocker for Keith Kelly when he came and he was at one of the best clubs in the world, Paris Saint-Germain.
When Keith Kelly come back to Jamaica,
when he played, he was still at Paris Saint-Germain. When he played, they invited him to play. But I'm trying to tell you now, this is some of the things that Jamaican coaches are lacking. You buck up on a Turkish side now, but peer pro baller, pro ballers, and a coach that is educated to the game. Tapper with more of the problem. Them can't think strategy. Tapper Lenny have the same thing too. You understand what I say? The game, them kind of plateau, them not have the development structure, them not go seminars, them not go global seminars to say where football is at right now. To me, them just locally, so them go think locally.
What do you think that brought Lenny Hyde success in coaching his teams though? Like what do you attribute that?
It's just him one.
Penny world, at least you know you have to come good enough.
Yeah.
No,
Can you say Lenny
Hold on.
Hyde not produce one good player, no brother?
But me can't pinpoint a man. Say Lenny Hyde, coach him and say him are the next superstar. Oh, spot him there.
All right, but yes,
him there.
I know you're speaking about
Butler
individual players, but may I ask you what you attribute to the success of his teams?
Which one are the teams? Schoolboy
team and Premier League teams.
How much Premier League title he won?
I think Lenny had win I think one Premier League and a couple schoolboy win multiple schoolboy titles.
And because multiple schoolboys, because guess what they get a multiple youth from all different parts of Jamaica and put them together and coach them and win a title.
Yeah, that's what I ask. Where would I attribute that success to? Like, isn't it coaching just the same? Even though you might say the develop any individual players.
No, you can't take that from him coaching you them. But look on the Premier League now. Look on the Premier League now. Wait, if he's that good of a coach, he should have had at least 6 titles under his belt by going from different teams to teams. Comparing him to like a Mourinho, no, every time or Ancelotti. Him go every club them win a title. Every club them go them win a title.
So may I try to put wires into perspective. So you're saying like if he's at the JPL schoolboy level, yes, he can win and dominate because he's been dominating schoolboy football. But you're saying, like, when him step up now to the national team, you think that level is above him right now?
It's
That's what you're.
above him. It's above him
Okay.
because they have a lot more pro coaches who are pro, have a lot more. The football is at a level right now. You can't think 1980, 1990, 2000. You have to be thinking 2025, 2026.
Okay.
You know,
Jay Taylor, anybody in the comments agree with him or disagree?
On what
If you
that?
can.
Oh, on Lenny Hyde.
Hmm.
Let me just check. See if people disagree with him. Boy, Carl, I have to agree. Martin Baker says agreeing. Lenny Hyde always, Mr. He says, Lenny Hyde always gets ready. Why him look like him a big coach? Maybe someone can check that. Um, so why that shock him? Keith Kelly didn't play football in Jamaica before PSG under Jamaican coaches. I wanted to know that as well. Where did Keith Kelly develop? Why he was so shocked when he went back?
no, no, no,
Remember,
no, no.
I don't wait. Let me just run that quick. So remember, he went to PSG, so he's coming back to the national team. Got
Exactly,
invited to the national team, so he's thinking the level is going to be similar when he gets
exactly.
invited
Come
to the
on now,
national
come
Exactly.
team.
on, bro. You can't think
No,
your level gonna
remember,
be
no,
similar.
remember, no, listen, and
No, but
listen this
in
too.
terms of coaching, Taylor, oh come on, halftime, where coach I go tell you, just go there, go roll some ball.
Oh no no
You
no
have to come with
Exactly.
the
no. Me
X's and
believe.
O's.
Me agree
You have
with
to
that.
come with the X's
Me,
and O's.
me agree with that, bro.
But
Oh,
and listen, remember, you remember, Jamaica, and this is the next thing that probably a shocker to you. Keith Kelly, remember, Keith Kelly was on Jamaica's World Cup team, right?
Mhm.
And remember now, since he left Jamaica and went to Paris, he would have thought that Jamaica would have stepped up in terms of coaching. They have built forward thinking. Remember, Keith Kelly played in the schoolboy football, and yeah, someone said, "All right, but they have Paris now. Jamaica supposed to step up them game now. That the coach is supposed to step up them game because what is getting into now and seeing now, right away, I'm supposed to say, we just finished World Cup. That means that the coach is supposed to be at this level now. And he's coming from
Martin
a club
Baker want
level.
know. Martin Baker want know Penny. How much title Lenny Hyde win?
I don't
we're
know how
not
much
gonna get
time
that
claim,
off the bat.
we're not get off the
Mm.
bottom. So I don't know him ask a question. I have time to go check on the internet.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, because him would know. But yeah, but me not understand how Keith Kelly, but then Keith Kelly had the same thing with Leon Bailey situation now. Well, Leon Bailey has say the standard where I expect is him the standard now align.
Him could have right. That is his point because he was he was at Belgium, then he went to Germany. Now he's in England, and he's at a very top coach. The top coach, Emery, is a very good coach, and he was under Gerard. So right now he knows what to expect as a player when a coach is coming in to talk or even addressing a situation. So Bailey, me can say Bailey is correct. Bailey is correct when his expectation was dimmed by not seeing, say, hold on, then me I come from this. So it's like him a driving a Rolls Royce and now him come back and is a lad him a driving and now. You know me I say, using that analogy. So him I say, hold on, man. What go on here, so? Me come from Genk and then me come to Belgium and then me come to Germany and a big coaches at Germany and with players and then come and yes, come on. These are some of the things that him probably allude to and say, yo, this me I expect, when him come at Jamaica now, tap a with more, can't even talk good. So what the fuck him, what, sorry, what am I gonna say? Where am I gonna look on them things, the tap a with me, can't talk. So him going to use all tappers on it, and then the new coach now. So there are certain things we expect and I see. So him can talk and that. You know what I say?
Yeah.
And the context to Keith Kelly, he played at Harborview, play U15 for Jamaica, and then went to PSG after the under 17 World Cup.
Yes.
Right. So that means that when him come back, at probably 1920 or 19 or so him come back. So that is 3 years after, and him said Jamaica gonna develop. That's madness.
Signal said Lenny won 4 of his last 5 Olivia Shields and the Champions Cup the year he didn't win the Shields. Martin Baker says The caller is correct because that is why Speed is trying to educate the coaches now, even if a one can capitalize, but education is important. Yeah, I think exactly a lot of those guys, Lenny and all them, they've been coaching, but they don't have the license. That's the thing. A lot of them has been
Yeah,
coaching. Hmm?
they've been not have it for years. So I don't know what Penny is saying is
In what way? In what way?
in terms of the coaching, as you was mentioning about the Carl Brown thing. I think with Jamaica, the coaches have moved from that. A majority of our top coaches, they got more technical now, and they kind of gone into the finer details of football when they coaching. I figure.
It's a watch this now. Let's talk about the local coaches. Coaches who were put in position for the national team who are based locally. I'm not even coaches who have experience from overseas, are overseas coaches. I'm talking about local based coaches now,
Right.
right? The local based coaches right now, look on Jerome Waite. Don't even have a certificate for coach a team, but he's a part of the team. What can Jerome Waite now say to these youngsters when they him come up against a coach who is fully educated and knowledgeable about 2020, about the 22nd or the 21st world start of football? When can do? He's not gonna seminar if you get no new in looks, new input from other coaches around the world. He's just locally based. And where him get now, he might get some local players coach, players. And to me, that's where it's at. Where are the seminars? Where are his badges?
He's currently doing
That
one
I
of the
know. But listen,
yeah.
that is no. But he has been in the position for the last 10 years. And when gather, what kind of information him gather for the last 10 years? What kind of seminar him go up on for the last
So
10
we
years?
ask, so where no, but where I say basically him no good or what do you
No,
think
no,
he's
no, no, no,
lacking?
no,
What you
no,
saying
no,
he's
no, no.
lacking?
We are talking no, we are saying what Issa say.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are looking what Issa say now. We are saying Issa say in terms of the guy, one of the guys in the comment. We had look one day, he was saying that we have moved far from that and we probably up it a little. But me say no, for the local players, local coaches, no, them still stagnant.
Yeah, because what I
In
was
them
saying,
mind
JT,
thinking.
remember he gave the example of Carl Brown with the Keith Kelly situation. But I'm trying to say the coaches have moved on from that point. You know what I mean? I
You're
think
saying
they
that the
are.
coaches have improved. I can bring
Yeah,
in, I
that's
can
what I'm
bring in,
saying.
I
I
can bring
think the
in
coaches
double.
are more. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can bring in
Yeah,
double.
but Tennessee, in my opinion, based
Issa,
on
that's
results,
Issa, that's Issa.
it's a based on what I saw. I think Lenny Hyde is a good coach, where as far as Jamaica standard. But here what happened, right? Uh, while Jamaica footballer get better, the people, the country that were better than us, they are also getting better.
Yeah, they're
That
improving. They're
they
not
are
there standing there waiting on us to improve.
they are not. They are improving, So, uh, you know,
But listen,
and
check this one.
in
Check this
reality,
one.
well, let me just finish. Just two
Yeah,
more.
sorry.
In reality, I don't think it's a coach fault. I think the players are just not putting.
All right, we're gonna make reference to our next team. Check this one now. Who that? Check this one now. Neil, like a man.
Yeah,
Check
I'm
this one
muted.
now, gentlemen. Check this one now. We are looking at Ecuador. Ecuador was the beating stick for South America basically a few years ago. The man them decides that this is no longer going to be the case. They went on a rebuilding thing, starting from getting rid of the coaches, getting new infrastructure, getting new teams on board. Look at Ecuador right now, back-to-back World Cup and all these things. And remember, they were the beating stick for a lot of countries prior to their success right now. And it's all start from the coaches.
Mhm.
Coaches. and as well Bob said, the players also. So to me, you have to look beyond locally and the mindset of some of these coaches that if you're not getting yourself ready at each point where certain seminar is put up, you'll be lost to other coaches who are on point or basically putting themselves in some.
So where you
some
put
places
experience? Where you put experience? Cause me used to really like Lenny Hyde as a coach. It's a funny thing how you brought up that point though. It's very exciting. People remember to hit the like button on the video. People remember to hit the like button on the video. No, Tennessee, you don't have any problem with the results because I think it was just a game that was to showcase players, and because there was no and maybe not to make sure nobody is left behind as well.
No, Tennessee, answer that.
You hear me?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
we're hearing you.
But you want to know? Penny said Ecuador.
Remember you're live on YouTube.
Yeah. Penny said Ecuador. We name have to go far as Ecuador. We can say Panama. A couple years ago, Panama was a baseball. See? And look how far ahead of Panama is. Brother, me agree with Dobo. Me think, brother. All right. Even though we say Lenny is a good coach in Jamaica context, see? No, we measure him again because Lenny never coached outside of Jamaica, so we see him on a different level. You see? You understand?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's just like we can see a player in a player at Jamaica, and we can say, well,
Good.
he's a very good player.
Yeah.
See? But in what context? You see what I say? So me just believe like the meeting, for instance, as people as Isa say, it coach them improve. Me not really think so. Me think we kind of gone backward in a football road. Although you have other people that get better because I see him thing.
So you don't think the coach? So even
again.
with all the classes and the license, that coach are getting in Jamaica, you don't think the coaching has improved? Let's be really honest.
Well, I know me think. All right, we get a license in, but me think it about take a couple of years. We see
real results.
Because I remember, you know, a man get a license in. Him get it like maybe 2 years or a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mean to say nothing changed. He get a license, so he shows saying certified for coach a team, which he well mean a coach already.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Me think our coaches need to go overseas. You understand? And learn from other coaches. Because if you just stay a Jamaica and you're a coach, no, you can't beat a first coach in Jamaica, but when you go outside, you see say you're there level down. So me just think, brother, if football itself not improve. And based on how me measure it, the amount of players where come from overseas in our team that tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And may I agree
Are there any overseas player on the team?
This
no,
one,
yes.
this you
no,
not
not this one. But this one tell a story to because I tell you, say if we levels behind, the rest of the team them not right.
I'm gonna agree with him now. But I think the coaches are improving. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Yeah.
But wait. Hold on. Question. Hold on. You say the coaches are improving. You guys saying that. And when you're looking at the JPL league, it's the most disgraceful kind of football, I see.
No, I can answer that, Penny. I can answer that based on what I saw Monday night.
Hold on.
No,
Wait. No, you watch 2 games Monday night. I'm talking about the entire league when we watch all the 14 or 15 teams, the players on it, we can't control, we can't do nothing, we can't kick a ball, good can't. That's why I look and I said the guy from Mount Pleasant who is the number 10. For me, he's one of the best players in the league based on how
Demari Phillips,
Demari Phillips, his technical ability, how he controls the ball, how he passes the ball, how he shoots the ball. Me have to coach him that get better. Jamaica players will be getting better. And every day we complain to the player, we're not a good player. If the coaches are getting better, brother, the players will be getting more excellent and be more rounded and ready for the first world. Again, we're ready to go against first world players.
Penny,
we don't see that.
Penny, look at it that way, all right? all right, I think, right, 10 years from now, Jamaican players are gonna get better, right? Because you can't get better at 20. If you not get better at 7, it's hard, right? So even though the coaches are getting better, considering that like the JPL player now are in their late into their early 20s, right, or late 30s, the improvement is not gonna show on them. And in regards to the score in Turkey, it is very unacceptable. Even 4-love or 3-love, you're in the ballpark, but 10-0 is a total embarrassment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and watch it. And these players are what? Local players, right? If the
Yes.
coaches are getting better, them would not get 10.
No, but losing 10-0 is in the coach. It's a development. It's a system. It's that the team that you're playing against is way better than you.
But we should have the coaches. We should have.
Let me bring in Marlon. Unmute your mic. I think you were saying something when Penny made the point about Ecuador and the league as well. Your mic is muted, Marlon. You can join the discussion if you're there.
Yeah, man. I'm big up everyone in the chat and JT. Know what I'm saying, because when you compare, remember now, Turkey is a first world football country. They're the hosts, right? So you're not going to take a Jamaica team that was been training for probably 2 weeks, basically, to go play against players, right? My friend son plays for Turkey under 19, right? And he's a player who has played more than 12 times in the Super League already this season, right? 18-year-old. So the exposure that the level they're at is a totally different levels. It's levels to this, right? And you're not gonna take up a few players to take up and train a couple days in a week to go play a team that is full season. They have a very good under 17 team, right? And half of these players are basically playing under 17 and playing in UEFA under 19 team same way. So most of the players who are basically in the Turkish squad now are players who are not being a part of the first team, the club first team. So getting 10-0, it doesn't surprise me. You have to keep this in mind. Huh?
But Marlon, you see, when you mention 2 weeks and preparation, I have PTSD, Marlon. Like, why? What is the point then going there knowing these teams are miles ahead of you, and then you're gonna tell me that you never have time?
Marlon, don't you think it was a
You
showcase?
tell me say you have 2 weeks to train. Man, you just give me PTSD. Me don't want to hear that, Marlon. What is the point then? What they gonna get embarrassed?
But Issa, remember they were invited to the competition in February. This competition came up, so may have to give the coaching staff that.
Will the 10-1 or whatever the score was? Are you okay with it? That's what we want to know. Like, when all is said and done, are you okay with that score line?
Well, tell is a compliment, because as I said a while ago, I said my friend's son plays for the team and he's a super talent. Right? So 10-1 is probably a compliment for a team that goes up there to play against Turkey in their own country.
Well, JT, to be honest with you, if you are dealing with football in any form of developing country, 1-4, losing to 1-4 to one Brazil, one Argentina, we take it. But 10-0, brother, a basketball score, that embarrassment, that brother, 10-1. That means so you're not in the ballpark.
That's a lot of.
So hold on, question. When the under 23 team went to Japan and got teared apart down there with our best youth talents, what's the difference between this? Right?
That was like 5. That was like what, 5 or 6?
6-0.
That shouldn't be there.
6. Yeah.
The Empire said this is unacceptable.
Yeah, 10-0, 1. Come on, man. Them thing that JT, let me tell you, it's the first time in a 86 World Cup. Them thing that used to happen a long time. Them score, they're not jumping a football.
Yeah, that's I don't like. That's what I said. Not even domino. Me no want to pick up 6. You know. Me no want to pick up no kind of 6, much less 10. But again, when we look, let's remember all these players were players that were cut from some kind of team. But I'm thinking, where are you going with all these players that were cut from some kind of teams? But when I look, all these players are attached to a club. And that's why now looking at it, I expect a better performance from them. If they pick up 5 4, I would say yeah. But bro, 10, that is very bad, bro.
And JT, just to straighten your point, you know why we are way behind?
Mm.
When I watched that under 20 tournament in St. Kitts or River, only one player stood out, and it was the number 8 from England, and the goalkeeper was okay. But everybody else was ordinary.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's what I'm
else
saying.
was ordinary. And we hear about Ainsworth or goodies. We hear about Mackenzie or goodies, but I don't see anything to cross road over other than the number 8 and the goalkeeper was okay. But the number 8 was above. And somebody can correct me on that. Am I wrong, sir?
No man, as I said, me call him by name because I make sure you know him name. Mackay Welch. That's the number 8 you're talking about. And he stood out and the keeper. That was it. Everybody else, average. I mean, nothing to, as I said, crossroad. Far behind.
Yeah. Penny, what would you do to change the trajectory of Jamaican football?
Is Marlon still there?
Yeah, but Marlon is still on.
I want him, if he know anything about the Turkish squad. Are there players in that squad who are vying for spots or actually already started representing the team for the U20 World Cup qualifiers in any of those squads? If you have any information on them.
It's a these are players who are probably fringe players for the UEFA Under 19 tournament, right? As I said before, that my friend's son plays for them, right? He plays on the under 19, so he comes through, and you're talking a player that's value more than that. He's just 18, turned 18 a couple of weeks back, and his valuation is almost $2 million already, right? So he's a player that is very highly rated there. So there are players that are playing for Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Besiktas, all these team over there, Chanvan Sports. So these are players, and I don't see none of these Jamaican players even making it, probably making a starting under 17 or under 18 team in this Turkish Super League team. So we have to remember the level of exposure. Jay Taylor is in Europe, so most of these.
You know, so me is straightforward and frank already. Me is a man, JT Taylor, me not beat around the bush. And that's why I hate most of me not really hate, but me disappointed with most of the people that will lead Jamaica football. The first problem, the biggest problem we have is a culture problem. We broke we coach them bad and we broke we play them bad. We broke we coach them bad and we broke we play them bad. Me hear everybody else say, yeah, as me says, Pete say we are do CONCACAF. It's good for have look at education. But even 10 years from now, may I tell you the world are going to be 20 years from when we the 10 years. So we are going to always be behind. JT Taylor, if we don't get this right when it come on to the biggest prize, which is the World Cup, because JFF boss we don't have no money, right? To qualify for the World Cup, naturally, right now is 12 million US dollars. We say we don't have no money for send no coach go Europe. We don't have no money for hire no coach for come. Thank God for FIFA right now. You see them have
you
academy.
overseas coach
we can have a little light from that
Martin,
JT. You see me?
One stop. So you don't use an overseas coach for this team?
Oh, me not hear clear.
No, I said, would you use an overseas coach for this team?
No, man, me not talk about the team. My JTT, me not talk about the team. We have a situation right now and we are talking about development. Just like how the caller said, the caller we that talk before, me agree with him most of the time because that's true. Me talk about the help football to resolve the issue where we are talking about right now. Under 14, under 17, under 18. Just hear what me I say. A quick say me I say. So everybody I got have it. Me just say something and jump off. The only way me can see this fixed. Because everybody about say we don't have no money. JFF about say they don't have no money. Even though Adidas come on, thank God for FIFA with the program. The only way this can fix to me, JT Taylor, is the prize winning somewhere have to qualify for consistent World Cup. You see that big $12 million there, but we are gonna get our maybe it seems like it improve every year, they might increase the price every year. You see if we can consistently at least got 3 World Cup straight and send couple coach, the best coach where everybody claims are the best coach, go get education overseas, hire one coach from FIFA and make them come and coach them. That
Yeah,
I
but you know,
only
so
way
one
this I go
FIFA
fix
coach,
this
you know, so
detail.
one FIFA coach from Guadeloupe, I think him
But
learning
ask how
football.
much coach in Jamaica, how much of them go watch at least the coach or them coach, how much of them go at the seminar or watch or go up on the ground and watch how John Wall and all the other coach them are teach the young one. If you check, enough of them don't go call what they see, what they that I will coach or current coach now, Grimmy. Keep someone when they check the video. I want to look a handful of coach come out to see what they wanna teach. So JT we could have but when I go done me I just one saying so everybody can go tackle when me jump off. Me just say something quick. Yeah, me just say something quick and then no tackle it. This is just my opinion. Let's see if we don't get the consistently. As we man say we always are got the behind. Because the biggest problem them bar for is money. Them we give them me hear enough people say why them don't send coach. Me hear Peter them don't have the money for do it.
All
So
right,
if you see this, yeah man, go on.
All right, I have an idea what I think can overall Jamaica football, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is what I think. I look at two countries that are doing well, and they are having big impact on the world of football, and they have small population like Jamaica, and Croatia and Uruguay, right? I think we should have a technical director from one out of those two countries, right? And whatever system work in those two countries, we implement it in Jamaica. If we can do it as good as them because of you would have said GDP of the country, we go as close as possible. But I think the technical director being a local person, I don't think it makes sense. I think the technical director should come from a developed country.
I agree.
For football.
I agree with that too. I can agree with that too. I definitely can agree with that. But double
I think
the two yeah, the two country, then we call what would them two country there?
Yeah,
Croatia and Uruguay. Them constantly listen up, them constantly qualify the World Cup tournament. So them constantly get the big funds from FIFA. We're not qualifying for no World Cup because we are trying to bust our youth. That's my point. You see the bust our youth mentality, I go sink Jamaica to the ground. The bust our youth mentality and bust our court.
Marlon, I say something to you. Marlon, I say something.
Oh, Marlon, Marlon.
Guess what? As I said, I've been to both of these countries, and I will never take Jamaica and compare to them because football in this country is a culture. It's that's their first sports, right? So the population might be the same, right? And we have to also remember that Croatia was a part of Yugoslavia, so they basically had a culture before, right?
Marlon,
but
if you listen to me keenly, right? I'm
saying
compare. Whatever work there, we should have somebody from there and try it in Jamaica. And even if we can't get it, we get to
close. But remember they were doing it before.
The man to come at Jamaica. They must say them now the money for pay one man from either Uruguay or Croatia for come because them now have the money. So now that me I tell you double the biggest problem on money. JFF thought no man double. All our opinion is right. But the biggest problem JFF always use as excuse is money. So why we don't want to try to qualify for a constant World Cup and get them big money if we can hire them people there double up. That's the problem, you know. And if we don't let me tell you, if we don't qualify for this 2026 and 2030, I think I know. Me feel say everything I go destroy. I think I know people I go ball. At them time we are going to way behind because JFF are going to say, boy, we never qualify. Them not going to have no money and we are going to go back in our cycle.
All
so
right,
they leave.
Right? We are up there in track and field, right? And for us, people from India and all over the world send their athlete to Jamaica to practice, right? Even though athletics are not the number one thing in India, right? So if football is not the number one thing in Jamaica, we find a country with similar population, and we may not get it like them, but even if we get it half as them, we can stand out in the CONCACAF.
I agree with her, double. But the problem is, them ask them now the money for even get the people them where you want to come in the country. And that's the problem in a double. Them are go say them not go have the money for hire the man them to come in at the country to make the changes. That is the excuse. So why don't you try get the biggest money in a football prize when it come on to a national football, which is the World Cup qualifying money, and maybe all the team go they go to a next stage, just like the females them. Imagine if one Jamaica team qualify and reach a quarter final in a man World Cup. You know how much money that pumping in the country? And could hire the same plan and coach where you want?
Martin.
Yeah.
Listen now. You see, you just said something a while ago. I go say this. We are going to have a little comparison with the female, and we are talking about the coaches. The coach who coach the female team is not a local based coach, right? And I'm going to tell you this now. You have several coaches right now who's Jamaican descent, who's from Jamaica, who are coaching at several top clubs and top teams in the world. And all right, we can tell you one thing now. The youth develop London Donovan in California, Redlands, is a Jamaican usually where come from Jamaica, Brian Wallace. He was one of London Donovan's first coach when he was coaching London Donovan in high school. So there are a lot of coaches out there who would ready, willing, and able, who are qualified.
And bro, me agree with you. That's why I lead with it. Say me disappointed with the man them who are run Jamaica. Football is an ego thing and just fighting and chaos. It's not about the youths, them youth. It's not about development. It's about them pocket.
Martin, you may lose the chain of charge.
Sorry. May I make it finish? Sorry.
I was saying that you're saying that they're talking that the JFF keep talking they don't have the money for send coaches on coaching courses. But you yet still are even higher in the coaches. But yet still you have coaches who are out there right now who are developing young talents for other countries who would come back to Jamaica and help out the program. But the JFF don't want these players. They would come just provide them service for free. But yet still the politics that is involved in JFF will definitely disqualify all of this thing from happening, brother. So the coaching.
I agree. Me agree with them, man. That's why I say boss is the boss of youth and boss of coach mentality. They must try to skip it, me virgin. Me agree with the 150% coming on. Enough I coach them. See they might try now. At least me see look past player them are coming in and they might try. Hopefully continue and hopefully this will push we to get even better, look faster. Me agree with the 1000%. That's why me make sure enter the card and say me disappointed with the people them will lead Jamaica football because it's ego, politics, and around the football is not about the division. But me see some look change now. Hopefully me hope I know one smoke scream, them a smoke scream. The Jamaican people. And when they check if you qualify for the World Cup.
A total smoke screen. You see, a total, because not that, for me, everybody were in a JFF right now, and even at the parish level, them for just fire the whole of them. The Jamaican government, or even who's in charge, just say, fire everyone on to come out. Find new people who is not even associated with any of them. New people put in and watch if Jamaica football now will develop better. Better. Because when you check this out, you're sending a team. This is the best team out of at least 1.5 million youngsters in Jamaica. You're sending them players here to a country. And this is what me I said. JT said, what would I do to develop, help change all this? Number one, some of these players who have gone, I would have alleged them don't have proper nutrition for one. They are not strong in one. Two, they are not developed properly. Number three, so they are not they don't have the professionalism about them. Number four, so all of these things encompass the result what they pick up. Because remember, these youngsters in Turkey team, they are pro. They already have proness attached to them because they they're in proximity and they're in these clubs that show pro and everything. But for the youth, them at Jamaica, can number one, check this out. Probably enough of them youth, I would, me now go, might just allege them probably a party, them probably a drink. Them probably
no allege, man. At Jamaica, me there, bro. At Jamaica, me there right now, bro. No party.
Right.
Me normally a party, man, enough big baller. Me see that party before match. Even Speed come and say him see national baller a big spliff in him mouth after game. Later, even Speed where they around the football, so him see and him agrees enough for the baller. Then one at a time, him said Topi belly get big because Topi does he get lazy. But yet, me hear people ball at the time when Topi lazy. For in the national team, I see when we come across when we say we broke the player them bad and we broke the coach them bad, and people don't fix it up, bro. We go ball for the next 30 years. And you see, me know them hypocrite. I me agree everything we say. See, right now, the man them are bringing like the overseas baller them for the senior team, right? We try at least get that big pie there. That 12 million there and try put the thing on track the right way. Yeah, it's still out here people in Jamaica ball say the local baller them get stifled. All the local baller them for get stifled and them not up the level yet. Them not most of them not even get. We cannot find one local team in the JPL. We can go against Guatemala, not even St. Kitts. The St. Kitts team will get and beat 4-0 in a World Cup. If me see them find one superstar local, the elite local team will play TT what they and play the St. Kitts team there, and me see them win with them baller there, me stop come on YouTube and talk about it. Them you that's all far with the behind, bro. I mean agree with you and them man them need to stop it. Because them a mash up the football and them a say them love the youths. Them no love no youths. Them love them pocket because them have the youths now. So want to use them, we have 5 and 6 right now. One to them youths say, why not try fix it for them youths say? So in the next 20 years, them man they are 25. When we are check, we have 6 player them in a we know say nah move, bro. Looking at the English Premier League. Jamaica always have only 1 or 2 baller in the highest league in the world. 1 or 2 in every century, every period in our football. We only have 1 or 2 right now. It's only barely. So we start try another thing in the under 21. So we make it. And that would just be 2. We never have 3 yet. Don't tell me when we have 3 baller from we born in Jamaica in the highest top 5 league. We're not even say EPL. Yeah. But JT, may I jump off still? Can I take up enough time out of your show?
No, man.
May I jump off?
I go bring in maybe one bring in St. Kitts. St. Kitts is still there?
Oh, St. Kitts.
Yeah, it's still there. We cannot hear you properly, man. Yeah, I think we're losing him there. Are you back?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, what I'm saying, I think the persons have spoken earlier. I think they're on point. But one of the things I want to say, JT, is that Jamaica should look, the senior team, to try to win the Nation League every year. That will build momentum for them to always qualify for the World Cup. So you take the baby step of trying to win the Nation League every year, build momentum, build confidence, and then from there, you will always try to qualify for the World Cup. So you take baby steps to reach the pinnacle of where you want to go. Okay? The next thing I think is that the FIFA Forward program, JT, is there for each FA to utilize to its maximum. If you utilize it properly, you can have proper development programs in Jamaica. The problem is that a lot of FAs do not utilize that FIFA Forward program. It's about what? You can get at least up to about $8 million every cycle. And I think the cycle is 3 to 4 years. But also, you can seek additional funds if FIFA see that you duly need this extra funds. So it means you have to run FA very prudently.
Isn't that some of the money that Jamaica is not getting? Roach, isn't that some of the money that Jamaica is not getting? Isn't there some money that's kind of frozen with FIFA and Jamaica?
Well, that means they have to get the house in order for Jamaica to achieve status in the world football, then the FA has to get his house in order.
Yeah.
It means good operational practices, proper management of funds, not misappropriation of funds.
Yeah.
So basically, they have to get the house in order. Everything is interconnected, you know. We agree that the administration has to be running smoothly, efficiently, and effectively, and the programs that they implement is up to standard. They've been monitored, the coaches that have been evaluated, basically, and making sure that they're improving every year. Give the coaches opportunity, because one of the smartest men in football in the Caribbean, Antoine Corneille, that does all his A license course and B license course. His portfolio that he has on the study two of the greatest coaches in the world over a period of time. So his knowledge comes from experience and exposure. And you need that for the coaches in Jamaica. Those who don't want to elevate themselves, just move them off the list. That is my contribution.
Yes. All right. Yeah, man. Martin, big up on yourself. We're gonna jump back on the panel and let everybody get their piece off.
Yeah, man, may I jump back? So big up and thanks and the virgin send kids. Boy, you're right, you know, send kids. Roach. Sorry. Roach, you're right. But Roach, may I tell you, we have some people in the JFF. Why? Yo, that where you are whisper is like Jesus Christ have to come touch them, man.
Yeah,
we show you how you bad. I tell you.
All right, Martin, yeah, man, we're gonna jump back over there. Penny, bless up yourself. We're gonna jump back over to the show. Marlon, there you have it. Everybody have a different point of view of how development needs to go. As you said, the academy now they have employed or they have been assigned someone from FIFA, who is going to help with the coaching of the youth players coming up. So we should see some better performances, I'm hoping, in the future, coming out of this academy. But looking at some of the videos coming out of the academy as well, I just see the same problems. A bunch of kids who didn't learn the fundamentals early enough. Just when they get the ball, they get frantic. I saw this one tape. I don't know if it's some guys that JC was training, and you know that the drill that you do in the circle where you're supposed to knock the ball around, and bro, the man them just do some bagger run up and down, and it's just we need somebody who to just get our players to be more comfortable.
JT, as kids growing up, right? When we were playing football, right? And I said coaching, because even when we were playing before, I remember you're playing a different time. What the coach out there said, when you get the ball, what you do? Boot it up, right? So as I said, I think from a wider standpoint, I think the coaching is better now. But the coach should have a more tactical and technical understanding of the game. Not like before. Like before, a person will basically go there and just set up a team and tell you what to do and why. Right now, I think they're analyzing the game from a wider standpoint. Right? But when it comes to the international level, they're not there.
Yeah,
right?
We're not
there. So as I said, I can give them credit because, as we always say, education. Even when I was in Germany the other day, just for the 5 days there, level of exposure that when I was in Hamburg and being around two teams and I see what they're doing in the training session, how you set up. First day, what you do, technical, analyzing. So blackboard work, right? You take your tablet and you go through you do your analyzing from defense, the transition of the game is going straight through. So I say we are far up, and as I said, I have no person here in Jamaica that's have took their own money, invested themselves, right? To take the time up to go to Brazil, go Germany, go Holland, right? I would say I'm not looking for JFF to really take every coach and send them out. If the coach is interested in his further in his career.
As a coach, right? You have to go out there.
Right? You have to take time in yourself and go and expose yourself to different levels. Because if you're gonna sit and say you're in the Caribbean and you're a coach, right? If you look at it, Panama development start aiding after the two brothers stopped playing for Panama. Right? They took it upon themselves, the Valles brother took it upon themselves to build the team. And
Yeah.
these are players who playing. These are players the same. So the coach is there now. Thomas played against him in La Liga,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Remember, he was a guy who was at Barcelona, right? Danish man, but he played for Spain as well. A lot of people don't know that. So
Mm.
what you know, he come now because he has a higher level of coaching over these two guys, but they're still around him same way.
The two twins are the twin. The twin is
Yeah,
still
man.
around.
They don't leave out of Panama football, man. They're the one
They
who
started that
basically,
revolution, you know. They started
yeah,
to make
yeah,
Panama.
man. They start as a player, right?
Yeah.
I I remember the 2006 qualifier, right? A lot of persons said that we didn't qualify for that World Cup. Jay Taylor is the first time I sit in the stadium and we take 35 shot and goal and still lose the game 3-1, 2-1,
Versus
right? Panama.
Mm.
Deliver the score in 89 minutes and Roberto Brown scored a
Shit.
header again, right? On top of equalize. Mikael, Richard Langley, these guys were boss in the game, Andy Williams. And in 89 minutes of play, another header again. Bumps. And I think we basically lost out on goal difference because when we went to play USA, we drew 1-1 with them. When USA decides, guess what? We're not losing to Jamaica because USA was having a hard time playing against Jamaica in the stadium. And they still have a hard time coming to play Jamaica in the stadium.
I don't think USA play well away from home.
Well, basically, I think the only place they struggle to play in Kagakov, right? Even in the last World Cup, you sure. Even the National League game, you saw last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Last year when they played Trinidad. So I think they struggle at home big time.
Marlon, Jermaine Sweby says, thanks for the super chat. Butler should be the head of development. How does that sit with you, Craig Butler being the head of development?
I think he has the ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has this idea, but some of the time you have to put your personal difference aside. But for me, still, I'd have take somebody overseas to come who has been there, done that, proven coach to come and do it, be a technical director. And the technical director, JFF not play the technical director. FIFA plays the technical director.
Yeah. FIFA pays the technical director, and I don't know how. And Mr. Butler look like him have a lot on his plate as well.
Right?
Let me take a phone call, Marlon, and we're gonna come
man.
back to find it. All right. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, sorry about that plane over there. I'm in the airport.
Yeah, man.
After all is said and done, one of the biggest issue with Jamaican football, otherwise some coaching. It's a U14 football in Jamaica. They should take out result out of U14 football.
That's how they do it in Europe. That's how they do it in Europe as well.
And everybody don't see that in Jamaica as yet. None of these bright, dedicated people. It's a result because the coach is under pressure from the principals in the primary league, and everybody wants to win. And because of this winning, because I've been to a lot of games.
But what would you say to some people would say when you take out winning out of it, it can sometimes demotivate some of the kids?
No, man, Jamaican born with that, man. Jamaican born with that. But you know, they're going to take the result. If they're winning out, JT, you're not gonna recognize the result. They're gonna win still, but you're not gonna recognize.
You're not gonna tally up that.
Yeah, you're not gonna tally it up. They're still gonna play, but you're not gonna tally it up. So the coach now can focus on the control and the pass, the movements, because the principal, there's no winning, so the principal not gonna pressure him. They could implement.
But our principals really pressuring coaches in U14 football in Jamaica, Carla. Come on.
But I'm telling you, I've been to games. All of my nephews playing this type of competition back home. I'm telling you, that's the principal comes out and he watch some game and the coach is under pressure.
Jamaica, are there right now?
There's some little money. No, not right now today.
Okay.
But especially in the rural parts of Jamaica. The Portland, the St. Mary, the St. Thomas.
Somebody, Kwani said, Carla, you misunderstand what is the meaning of the football development.
Okay, well, that's his opinion. But if you can allow a coach to have like a youth from 8 till 12 to have him in 4 years to really focusing on controlling passing and movements and understanding and where to position on the field instead of woof the ball up, woof
Yeah.
it down, try to get it to the striker to score at all time. But that's all I see.
And Coach Jaimir
The bypass
Hallgrims,
midfield.
Coach Jaimir Hallgrims has spotted this as one of the first things when he went to Jamaica. He saw that players just get fidgety when they get the football. Like somebody need to tell them, like, you need to slow down that clock in your head and you have time. You don't have time, but you actually do have time. And it's to organize yourself before you get that first pass. Marlon, we're gonna come to you. Just make the caller finish.
I just want to say something to the caller. Caller,
Okay, if you don't believe it, I must say it's what you call it then? It's repetition, and it becomes like a habit. Just look when any league in Jamaica, just any league you watch in Jamaica, just look how the players play. Whenever the defender, he don't want the ball, the defenders want to make the final pass in Jamaica. The defenders, the wing back and the defender, they're the one that making the final passes in Jamaica. Any league you watch. And just come back to me.
That long ball.
Okay.
Marlon, go ahead, Marlon.
Midfield.
1 second, caller.
Yeah, caller. But I just say they say about removing results from under 14 tournament. I think if you're playing at a club level, but remember school principal are gonna invest in it, so it's a win-win situation for them, right? So it's not really like a development. If we're gonna take primary school and say development, that's why I said if like you have the academies that are developing players now, I could see that they have academy league and stuff. But primary school and especially these private institutions, when they go to compete, they're paying the coaches, so they want result.
You hear that, JT?
Yeah, did you hear that?
You hear that? So that goes to show where we get the sprinters from in the same primary competition because it's highly competitive. That's where we get it from. There's no big when our sprinter reach 18, 19. That sprinter know everything already. You just need to maintain and maybe go a little further. And that's where we're good at. So the primary, you can't say, well, it's got academy. There's not enough academy. So we have to tweak a little thing. What we can tweak is just to take out the result. It's not nothing much big. If you take out the result, it's not going to be nothing big. It's not going to affect anybody.
Yeah, I know even Sweden, they don't have any result, I think up to about 12 or 14. Because and then
it won't cost anybody any money.
It takes less pressure off the players, and every player on the team is getting more playing time because it's based on at this age he's gonna hash out the kids who are not good enough.
And JT, you know what I'm realizing Germany early. You see scrimmage football, what we call scrimmage in Jamaica. You know, it destroy our players. When I watch Hamburg under 15 training, right? The first play, the keeper, 6-yard box, center back, left center back to the right back to the center back, passed across to the right center back, right? The defenders had more than 15 touches off the ball before the ball advanced to the middle third. More than 15 touch. If they take less, they start over again.
So it's to get them to feel comfortable having the ball.
So everybody is comfortable with the ball at their foot. So you're not gonna wolf the ball down the park, right? The two central midfielders come and pick up the ball, knock it to the wing back. So there's always an outlet, right? Then they rotate. If the wing back have to come in, the center back goes out on the line for it. So there's always an outlet to pass it. And I think that's why I say coaching, the level of coaching out there is way different. Right? I remember 2022 when I was in Barcelona and I watched the under 15 team train. And I called JD and said to him, I said, guess what? Where football is concerning, we are miles down the road. Right? And being in a different country the other day and see what Germany they do there from a youth development. So it shows you something. So basically, the culture is already there, the system is already there. So but when they go up now to play club football, they know what to do. So they're gonna be more composed with the ball, right? They're more educated what to do when they're in pressure, So and I think if our coach are not exposed to those level of coaching skill, it's gonna be very, very hard.
Yeah. We're lacking. Any more points on that, caller?
Yeah, man, you have some point, but let's look at this now. In each parish, I have around 15 primary school to 20 and maybe like 10 take part. So you're looking at 100 odd primary exposed. That's our academy. The primary school in Jamaica, that's our academy. The rural area don't have an academy. So, that's where we're at right now. So we have to take it from there. Take out the result out of all primary school football, give participation badges, and give the coach a chance to develop the players with the little they have, the little they know.
Okay. Let me see if I'm with that idea, Carl. I'm with that. It's because it's been done
That's
here.
one major step, JT. That one major step who's gonna propel. Within 10 years, you're gonna see. And
But I think even with removing the result, Carla, without proper structuring of coaching, it's just that you have kids out there running up and down as well, because then you need the proper coaches to develop these kids, or you're just gonna have them play and figure it out.
But that's the cheapest way, JT, and the freest way to do. I mean, that's just one. It's not the only way, That's just one way, and then you can implement other things in the meantime. Get these coaches up to.
Oh no! Oh man, we kick off the caller. Kick off the caller, sir. Yeah, sorry, caller. Sorry. Yeah, one call come in and kick you off. Sorry about that.
You understand, man? So that is just one thing, JT. We can, other people can have their other ideas. It's not gonna be the one and only idea. You can plenty other ideas can come up, but and a coaching symposium supposed to be in Jamaica every year at the end of the season. Supposed to have a coach symposium where they come together and try to improve each other. Everybody can be selfish with the knowledge.
Yeah, I really think, man. But let's see what them can do then, Carl. Blessings and thanks for calling in. All right.
All right, JT. Look
all right, blessings, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. There you have it, Marlon. Yeah, I think he might be onto something when it comes on to the results, but as far as the organizing side of it, I'm not really sure how does that work, because then
there's a point with JT, but as I said, we know how Jamaica run. And when time somebody invested, they want result.
They want results.
Right? And if you look at it, as I was speaking, so they are trying to get more than 500 coaches out there. Because if you're not exposed to first year control, right? When you're playing, it's a 3-touch. Control, easy ball off your next pass, right?
Yeah. Them say three rules in football. That was space, ball control, and passing. Space, ball control, and passing. And they say even shooting falls under passing, because you're basically passing.
One time I had a coach, and he was like, "Hey, you're playing left back. I don't like how you play, because you're playing as a winger. You're playing as a striker." So I said, "Guess what? I want you to play on the right wing." Right? And what he said, JT, I used to roll up and down most of the time when I get to the ball. He said, "Yes, you don't get the ball, but guess what? You took two defenders with you. So the four left 1-on-1. So he's always said movement against the front three or the front line if you're playing a 4-4-2. It's always essential."
Yeah. You have to have that. You have to have that level of movement. People, hit the like button. Let's get the video up to 100 likes, people. Just about 15 more likes on the video, and we get the video up to 100 likes. 15 more likes on the video, people. Let's do that. Let's put 15 more. Let me hear because of yourself, Dr. Joyful. More football is not the answer. More sensible football is the answer. Practicing rubbish will give you more rubbish, says mindset. Yeah, I that's what I said. Just taking the fun out of it, taking out the coaching out of it, the results of it out of it is one thing. But do you have the base level coaches who are ready to go to teach you that fundamental? People, let's hit the like button. Let me see if we can get the video up to 100 now, man. We just need 14 more. We have 140 people in here. We just need 14 more people to hit the like button, and we should be there. So yeah, as this caller said, it's like just adding rubbish upon rubbish, you know? It's like a rubbish truck. So we don't want to do that. Bro, I think whoever brought up the thing about the technical director, I also believe that Mr. Dunswell, he lacks the vision. I expected more
Football,
from our technical
I
director.
think football, the way football is, I think is JT. If you look right now, the countries who are on the rise now, we're talking about Caribbean football, right? Because you always have Jamaica and Haiti and Trinidad as a three pillar bearer, Cuba before it. Look at them. Look at the other countries who are rising up now. The Denmark and all these countries are coming up with football. Nicaragua's what they have. They go and find coaches in different countries, right? Technical directors are Argentine and Spanish, right? So it shows you something. They go and find a coach that they think who can bring the team further. Identify the youth players coming up, and I think that's where we're lacking in that. If we're gonna use money as excuse every time, we're not gonna reach up there with them.
Yeah. Let me just step back this one call quick and fast from double. Me see my call. We have about 7 more minutes on the show to get to 2 hours to wrap it up. It's a good show today. Yeah, double, you're live. You're live.
Yeah, JT, you see the thing about the school? All right. Jamaica, you see the school thing where happening in Jamaica, JT, it is very unique to us. And I think we can use it to the best of our ability instead of to stop it, because we can't stop it. Right? So me think we should allow the youth them to compete in a them school for like 3-4 months out of the year, and the rest of months them we should have an academy system set up where each player go to them academy. But you see that competitive thing there.
Yeah, I think that's Jamaica. I think we don't want to take that out of it too. And you remember, like,
we don't want to stop that.
Sports day at your own school, you battle for win another house.
Yes.
In your own school. So Jamaican people, I was thinking about that. I do believe that there's something we can make. The results may not be as impactful, but taking that out, there's something we have to think about tweaking. That's why I asked him about what does that do for the mindset of some of the kids who might think that they don't have to win, so they don't put enough effort
into things. And to be honest, JT, I like, I don't know about other culture, but you see that competitive nature the way in our kid from him young. I don't want to take it out time by not rewarding him when he win at a young age. That's just me though, but I just say I'm not an expert at those things, you know. But
that's all right. Blessings double, because we're gonna wrap up that show. Yeah, you know, we almost dropped.
Yeah, man, respect. Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, man, blessings. Marlon, any final take on this before we wrap up the show?
As I said, the caller before he raised some from good point, but as Douglas said, I think the competitive nature, you don't really want to remove that out of it, because I would say, especially our culture, people say if you're not winning, that means you're not doing nothing at all, right? So, but I would say development, Stefan is here now, so I'm really eager to see what he will do. I saw what he did with St. Martin team, take them from out of a hole to bring them somewhere so they start playing football and being competitive as a little bit.
He was in St. Martin. So before we end, Marlon, I want you to go a little bit into that. People, 7 more likes on the video and we get to 100 now. 7 more likes and we get to 100 on the video. So this guy now, he's the head of the academy. I heard a little bit about his stint. I think he studied in France. Is he from Guadeloupe?
He played in France. He played in France. They were the one that had the 2007 Guadeloupe team with Justin O'Malley and all these guys, Tuckerford and all of them that went to the semi-final last out to Mexico. So very, 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 very good box-to-box midfielder. Right, his son plays for Mount Pleasant, Kylie Avery. Right, he played in MLS as well.
His son is the kid from Trinidad?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So as I said, still big football knowledge. So I think he will come and really put a blueprint out there, and I think other coaches can really learn from him. right? And as I said, I saw the work that he did in St. Martin and stuff. So, and he was around the Guadeloupe team that really started the big recruiting from France. So he was one of the first one to really come and really put down that lay the foundation there. So really looking to see what he will do. But everything not gonna happen over 3 months or 6 month period, right? So.
Oh wow, yeah, man. All right, we will dive back into that, Marlon. I think the guy is supposed to have a next game in a few days. We'll see how they do against Mali. As I said, don't have any expectation. It's a showcase for these youngsters.
But I say JT, and person have said this. Person might say, yeah, they tend to sound big, but just remember where they're playing. You're playing the host. You're playing against kids who are developed, who are playing in a higher league than you. So it didn't surprise me.
Yeah. Didn't surprise me. Well, I didn't expect 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect 10, to be honest. But 10 it is. 10 it is, Marlon. Marlon, best of yourself.
As I said, JT, I know the talent that Emery is, right? So I know, and he has players in that team that are ahead of him. So 10, I will take the 10, and the player will learn and get better from it because they're getting exposure to a different level. And if you look at it, they're playing against three different national teams. So different style of play
as well. That's also a good thing to look at. I'm sure this will actually make these players more hungrier or work harder when they go home. Like, yo, damn, we just pick up 10. We need to play better. So you're right about that. There's some upside to that. So people, best up on yourself. Marlon, thank you for